Pain is something that every human being experiences. It can come from many different places. We may lose someone we love. We may fail an important exam. We may be rejected in a relationship. We may feel disappointed with our career. Sometimes pain is loud and dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet and hidden deep inside our hearts. No matter what form it takes, pain is a part of life. The question is not how to avoid pain, because that is impossible. The real question is how we can turn pain into personal growth. At first, pain feels like an enemy. When we are hurt, our first reaction is often to escape. We want to forget. We want to distract ourselves. We watch movies, scroll on social media, or keep ourselves busy with work. We tell ourselves that we are fine. But when we do this, the pain does not truly disappear. It only waits. It stays in our mind and body, and sometimes it becomes heavier over time. Personal growth begins when we stop running away from pain. It starts when we are brave enough to face it. Facing pain does not mean we enjoy it. It means we accept that it is there. We say to ourselves, "Yes, I am hurt. Yes, I feel sad. Yes, I feel disappointed." This simple honesty is very powerful. When we accept our feelings, we give ourselves permission to heal. Pain often teaches us important lessons. For example, imagine someone who works very hard for a promotion but does not get it. At first, this person may feel angry and unfairly treated. They may think, "I am not good enough." But after some time, if they reflect calmly, they may start to ask deeper questions. What can I improve? Are there skills I need to learn? Is this job really right for me? In this way, failure becomes a teacher. It shows areas for growth. Sometimes pain teaches us about our limits. Many people try to be strong all the time. They say yes to every request. They help everyone. They work overtime again and again. Then one day, they feel exhausted and empty. This kind of pain shows us that we are human. We need rest. We need balance. When we learn to set healthy boundaries, we grow stronger in a wiser way, not in a harder way. Emotional pain can also help us understand others better. When we have experienced loneliness, we become more sensitive to people who feel alone. When we have been rejected, we are more careful not to reject others in a cruel way. Pain can make our hearts softer. It can increase our empathy. We begin to see that everyone is fighting their own battle. This understanding helps us build deeper and more meaningful relationships. However, turning pain into growth is not automatic. It requires reflection. Reflection means thinking carefully about our experiences. We can write in a journal. We can talk to a trusted friend. We can spend quiet time alone. During reflection, we ask ourselves important questions. What happened? How did I feel? Why did I react in that way? What can I learn from this situation? These questions help us move from suffering to understanding. Another important part of growth is responsibility. This does not mean we blame ourselves for everything. Sometimes painful events are not our fault, but we are always responsible for how we respond. We cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control our attitude. If we choose to stay bitter, the pain controls us. If we choose to learn, we control our future. This choice is the beginning of personal power. Growth also requires patience. Many people want quick results. They want to feel better immediately. But healing takes time. Think about a physical wound. If you cut your hand, it does not heal in 1 hour. The body needs days or weeks to repair itself. Emotional wounds are similar. If we try to rush the process, we may ignore important feelings. True growth happens slowly, step by step. Pain can also change our priorities. When we go through a serious difficulty, we often realize what truly matters. For example, someone who becomes sick may suddenly understand that health is more important than money. Someone who loses a friend may realize the value of honest communication. Pain removes illusions. It shows us reality. In this way, it can guide us toward a more meaningful life. There is also a connection between pain and courage. Courage does not mean we are not afraid. It means we act even when we are afraid. When we try again after failure, that is courage. When we open our heart again after being hurt, that is courage. Each time we choose courage, we become stronger. We build confidence because we see that we can survive difficult times. It is important to remember that growth does not mean we never feel pain again. Life will continue to bring challenges. The difference is that we change. We become more prepared. We trust ourselves more. We know that even if we fall, we can stand up again. This inner trust is one of the greatest results of turning pain into growth. Support from others also plays an important role. Some people believe they must face everything alone. They think asking for help is a sign of weakness. In reality, sharing our pain can be very healing. When we talk about our struggles, we feel less isolated. We realize that others have similar experiences. Support gives us strength and perspective. It reminds us that we are not alone in our journey. Sometimes pain pushes us to change direction. Many successful people say that their biggest achievements came after a big failure. A person may lose a job and later discover a new passion. Another person may experience heartbreak and then learn to love themselves more deeply. Without the painful event, they might never have changed. Pain can act like a turning point. It forces us to rethink our path. Self-compassion is another key element. When we are in pain, our inner voice can become very critical. We may say, "I am so stupid," or "I always fail." These negative words make the pain heavier. Instead, we need to treat ourselves like we would treat a good friend. If a friend makes a mistake, we do not insult them. We encourage them. We remind them of their strengths. We should do the same for ourselves. Self-compassion creates a safe space for growth. Pain also teaches resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulty. It does not mean we are never sad or stressed. It means we do not give up completely. Each time we face a challenge and continue moving forward, we strengthen our resilience. Over time, we build emotional muscles. We become more stable and balanced. There is a famous idea that pressure creates diamonds. In a similar way, challenges can shape our character. When everything is easy, we do not develop new skills. We do not discover our hidden strengths. But when we are tested, we see what we are truly capable of. Many people discover their bravery, creativity, or determination only after a difficult period. It is also important to forgive. Sometimes our pain comes from what others did to us. Holding anger for a long time can damage our peace. Forgiveness does not mean we say the wrong action was acceptable. It means we choose not to carry the heavy weight of hatred anymore. When we forgive, we free ourselves. We create space for growth and new experiences. Turning pain into growth is not about pretending that everything is positive. It is about finding meaning inside difficulty. When we search for meaning, we transform the story of our life. Instead of saying, "This happened to destroy me," we can say, "This happened to teach me." This change in perspective is powerful. It gives us hope. Hope is very important during painful times. Hope does not ignore reality. It simply believes that the future can be better. Even a small amount of hope can guide us through dark moments. It encourages us to take small steps. And small steps, repeated every day, lead to big changes. In the end, pain is not something we choose, but growth is. Pain enters our life without asking for permission. Growth requires a decision. It requires reflection, patience, courage, responsibility, and self-compassion. It requires us to look honestly at ourselves and to believe that we can become better. When we look back at our life, we often see that the hardest moments shaped us the most. The times we cried, the times we doubted ourselves, the times we felt lost, these moments built our character. They taught us strength, empathy, and wisdom. They showed us what truly matters. So the next time you feel pain, try not to see it only as an enemy. See it as a message. Ask what it wants to teach you. Give yourself time to feel and to understand. Step by step, you may discover that inside your pain, there is a seed of growth. And if you care for that seed with patience and courage, it can grow into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate version of yourself. This is the quiet power of turning pain into personal growth.